Hi, it's Ryan from Ryan Fowler Photography, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you a few basic tips on firework photography. As we move into the new year, I thought it would be a fitting time to make this video and share it with you so you can make the most of the fireworks displays wherever you may be in the world celebrating the new year. The few basic pieces of equipment that you're going to need is a camera, a lens attached to the camera, a tripod, and a remote release cable. Let's just start with lens choice. For example, if you're close to the action, you would want to use something like this, a wide angle lens. This is a 14mm, but you can obviously get wide angle zooms. A lot of you watching this video will probably have a wide angle zoom. But if you're trying to shoot beach fireworks, for example, I was standing on the top of Miami Hill on the Gold Coast photographing fireworks in Surfers Paradise one night. And anybody who knows that, it knows that it is quite a distance. So I was standing on top of there. I think I was using a 300mm lens at the time, but now I've got a 200mm, and this is the type of thing that you would want to be using. A longer focal length so that you can really zoom in and capture the action. Now, one other thing that I mentioned was a remote release cable. Now, this is kind of necessary, but there is a workaround. For example, what you can do is, if you have a 2-second timer on your camera, and that's pretty well the minimum set for any camera just about now, you can turn that 2-second timer on if you don't have something like this, just a standard plug-in remote release cable. It's nice and easy to use, and saves you waiting for that 2-second timer. But the reason for using that timer is because when you push the shutter button, there's a 2-second delay, and although you may miss a few fireworks, that 2-second delay will actually stop any camera shake so that you get a clearer, sharper shot. Now, speaking of sharpness, I'll move on to some basic settings. What I usually start with is around ISO 100 to 200, f7.1 to f9, somewhere in between there, depending on how bright the fireworks are. And you can always adjust these settings as you go along, as well as a 6 to 8 second shutter speed. Now, that shutter speed allows you to capture multiple fireworks in single frames, and it's so much easier that way to grab those, and the timing allows you to avoid overexposure. However, if you are getting slightly overexposed fireworks, just reduce your settings. So if you're at ISO 200, take it down to ISO 100. Now, on to focus. Where to focus? That's a big thing. Because you're shooting at night, you don't exactly have a dead focal point. So what you can do is, usually if you're shooting by a river or on the ocean, something like that, you will see a barge floating in the water. Now, there isn't always a barge, and you're not always shooting on the water, but you can usually see the firing point of the fireworks. So what you can do is actually go into your live view in your camera, zoom in, find that point, manually focus, switch your focus to manual, and you know that that is where the fireworks are going to be fired from. Keep that focus point locked onto that particular location. It makes it a lot easier than having to try and find focus automatically with autofocus as the fireworks are going up in the air, because that is a very difficult thing to achieve sometimes. Well, that's it for my quick tips in this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. And please go out and capture some amazing fireworks. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. How did you go? What did you think of the images that I brought up on the screen? And I've shared my settings on there as well, so that you can get an idea of what I used and the focal length that we used as well. I will see you in the next video.